titles in 1992. And for Traber, an opportunity to win his first national title. Bo?
You're right, Chris, and scoring has been the story. The players have averaged 239 composite score for the first 6 games. It's a little short of the all-time record set in Fresno in 1979, where we're heading next week. However, 50 strikes and 74 shots out there. There'll be many more in this final match, and let's see if Traber can handle the pressure against, I feel, the best player in the world today, David Ferraro.
Okay. Both wearing black shirts. And this is a head-to-head match where the winner gets $18,000, runner-up $9,500. From Kingston, New York, 38th television appearance. Leaving a 2-pin, the man that wastes no time and runs up to the line.
Here's the loft of David Ferraro, his trademark. He gets that ball through the heads of the first 10 feet of the lane very well with that loft. Keeps the ball light, keeps it in play, first shot.
So he marks with a spare. Ferraro with 7 titles. David Traber with 7 Midwest region titles.
Traber said he likes the right-hand lane, 46. It hooks more, and statistics prove it. 11 strikes to 6 on the left. Once again, an underlying story of this championship match is carried out throughout the year as the tournament leader has only won 4 times. And the reason is very simple, I think, is they have not been aggressive enough in the early going and they get behind too quickly. Del Ballard Jr. last week in Portland, Oregon, came out very aggressively. He stayed in the match and then closed out his opponent. Let's see if Ferraro can stay close to Traber in the early going.
Oh, there was a noticeable taking off of speed as compared to the way he rolls that ball on the right lane.
Good observation. He's probably 18, 19 miles an hour on the left and about 22 on the right. Now let's see what Ferraro does.
Sliding by, broke up the split, however, and it's a 10-pin.
Dave Ferraro is historically a slow starter, even though he has a quick approach. A 5-step delivery, medium-high backswing. Look at this position right here. This foot's going to slide right on through, converts the 10. Pretty much of an upright style, Chris, and if you watch him during the week, you take a 6-game block or an 8-game block on the PBA Tour, he'll start slowly almost every time, but the last part of every game, the last part of every block, he's as tough as we have on the PBA Tour. And as you see how he got the #1 position through 6 rounds and 42 games.
With that high hit, leaving the 3-6, that wry smile. David was sort of the David Ferraro show for many of our weeks this year, Bo, because he made 7 telecasts in a span of 10 weeks.
Well, he's had it going for years. He's just finally getting the recognition he deserves.
Here we have the PBA all-time money winners, those that have gone over the $1 million total.
And we have a new addition to that as David Husted in the 9th position, cracked the $1 million mark this week. Walter Ray Williams Jr. over 100,000 behind, and Ferraro's catching up quickly.
I hit 3-6-10. Traber with the career earnings of $183,852, and Ferraro with $816.
Traber high on the right-hand lane, had 8 consecutive strikes leading up to that shot. He finished the last semifinal match against Haran with 6 in a row, started with 2. He converts this spare. He'll lead by 10.
Big task for Traber going against the 1990 Firestone Tournament of Champions winner, Dave Ferraro.
Statistic buffs, 247 average for Traber today, 232 for his opponents. Let's take a look at the grip of Dave Traber. He's using the fingertip grip down to just the first knuckle. Thumb inserted all the way in the ball, stays directly behind it.
David and his wife Melissa travel these tour stops, a recreation vehicle, on the road, and we'll be back. We've returned to Town Square Lanes, Riverside, California. Dave Ferraro, the tournament leader. Had a spare working, and he has left a 6-10.
David had one doubt before he started this championship round. He says he's having a little trouble getting out of the thumb hole cleanly and on a strike ball. And so far today, he has not struck through 4 frames, and that could be the reason.
Dave Ferraro, a strong candidate for Bowler of the Year, has no plan to change his tour schedule.
Well, I'll probably bowl a little more tournaments than I usually bowl. I'm going home next week to see the family. Normally I try to bowl 2 or 3 weeks and then go home, but I'm probably going to miss 2 more tournaments for the rest of the schedule because I do have a shot at Bowler of the Year.
And finally gets that first strike as tournament leader here in the championship match. Much of his career is successful because, as he says, his wife, Gloria, has been so supportive, and mom to John David and Gabrielle.
David Traber has never won a PBA championship on the national tour. Leads by 12, can make it 22 over Ferraro. Chris Jenkel, a whimsical look on his face as he goes high on the right-hand lane for the 3-6-10, the second time in a row. Could he be thinking title or just making a mistake on the lanes? We'll see. He barely made this spare in the 3rd.
I noticed one thing he's doing. He's speeding up his process before he bowls, at least on that last shot and the previous one.
I agree with you. There's an old saying about something of the horse seeing the barn and starting to do something. Well, maybe he sees the barn and he's breaking into a, as his wife looks on, as he's breaking into a run too quickly. Pace yourself. The match is close. 5 frames left.
There, the speed was back, the smoothness. Melissa liked it. Lovely lady. I'm glad she's here, in from Woodstock, Illinois.
Despite all his struggling, and he hasn't been close on the right-hand lane, Ferraro can cut the lead of Traber's to 2.
His first national TV match was in 1980 at Garden City. He shot a 163, but he closed with 4 in a row.
Well, that's been his pro forma throughout his career. He is a strong finisher, and right now he can take the lead in the 7th frame, first time in the match.
Hello. One time almost went into harness racing as a driver. His family's been involved, as they have been with bowling centers for a long time. And this is the way Bo and I see the championship pair, and in this case, David Traber. I'd say we have a pretty good seat, Nelson.
Not too bad. In fact, Traber would like to get a little knowledge from anybody on that right-hand lane now. The lane that he said he would like the most, and has been the lane he hit so well, he hit it 11 times coming into this match for strikes, is now struggling. He has been high in the 3rd, high in the 5th, adjustment, and he's light in the 7th. While we have a moment, Chris, I'd like to wish Ted Hoffman, our Western Regional Director, speedy recovery from a heart bypass. And they said the first thing he did after he came out of the recovery room was head for the TV set to turn on the Pro Bowlers Tour. Ted, from all of us, get well soon.
Right. Hurry back, Teddy. Leaving a 2-4-5.
.245, a very choppable spare for David Traber. Get the ball between the 2 and the 5 and carry the 4 straight back. If he converts this, he will be trailing by 11.
Oh!
What a reaction.
Careless.
Well, he threw it so hard, Chris, to avoid the chop. He slides by, and boy, oh boy, his eyes and arms will tell the story of this shot.